few damages.
It was an accident. The deer jumped out. There's nothing I could do about it.
A deer meets a cougar, and the result is not pretty. Student Bayyinah Sherman is suing her sister's boyfriend for damages to her Mercury Cougar. Defendant Rick Huger says it was an accident and he should not be held responsible. Now, here's Judge Joe Brown.
Am I correct in my impression that the plaintiff, Madam Plaintiff, that the defendant is your sister's boyfriend?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What sort of vehicle was this, please, ma'am?
Oh, it's actually a 99 Mercury Cougar.
All right, it rolls.
Yeah, it's a good car.
So you happen to have left it at your mother's house?
Yes, I did.
How long had it been there before you returned to discover that it had come afoul of mischief?
Actually, it was only about a couple of days. It was about 3 days.
Oh, you went out of town. You went to a funeral, right?
Yes, I was attending a funeral in New Jersey. And I came back home, and I asked my mom, I was like, you know, where's my keys? Because I needed to go to the store. And she was like, oh, I need to tell you something. Your car was an accident. And I was like, well, what happened? Are you okay? She was like, no, it wasn't me. Ricky was driving your car, and he hit a deer.
What's Ricky doing driving my car?
That was my first question. So I said to her, I was like, Mom, you know, what was Ricky doing driving my car? And she said, oh, you know, he called me and asked me if he can use the car to take Shania, which is my niece, or pick her up from school. So, which I don't have a problem. You know, I love my niece to death, but in the same token, that's not my responsibility.
That's his girlfriend's child.
Yes, sir. And he didn't ask me. And I'm pretty sure if he doesn't have my number, he can get it.
Now, did you get an estimate done on your vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Let me see it, please.
Sure. It's all my evidence together.
Let's go to the defendant. That's a basic case. What do you have to say?
All right.
I am very curious.
All right. So when I had dropped her off, during that, when the bus came, I'm pulling off. You know, I'm going back home, you know, returning the car to her mom. And a deer ran in front of the car and banged right into the light. So I'm trying to avoid it and swerved into the ditch. And that was it from that point.
Well, was Bambi all right?
I got out to see if he was, but I didn't see him. So the only thing I can say is that she is right. But at the time, you know, when she was asking for the payment, you know, economically, I was having problems financially, so I couldn't do it. So, you know, when I explained...
Then what are you driving for?
What's that?
Why are you driving if you can't handle the financial consequences?
Well, I was just trying to be responsible.
That's not responsible. It's called financial responsibility.
And
now, why are you in that situation?
Because of the deer.
What do you mean because of the deer?
The deer ran in front of the car.
43 years old, and you don't drive too well, do you?
I drive.
Now, see, one thing that I'm intrigued by,
yeah.
You should be very familiar with the financial responsibility laws because you just passed the written test for your first driver's license last year. So here you are, 42 years old, before you get your first driver's license.
Well, you got some people that have a license for 20 years and still can't drive.
But I'm
so that
very
doesn't justify how you drive.
That not in New York City, not in downtown Manhattan, not in Brooklyn, but in Durham, North Carolina, you're 42 before you get your first driver's license in life. That says volumes. Come on up here. You her sister. Why didn't you put some words of wisdom in your boyfriend's head? What's the problem?
Honestly, I mean, I feel like the whole situation is like a misunderstanding.
Well,
because
yes,
of the fact that
you haven't paid and she's aggrieved.
But we tried to go through, you know, certain avenues with her
like
as
what?
well. Like we were the ones who actually got the initial estimate for the car.
Well, then why didn't you deal with it?
Because at the time, I thought that both my boyfriend and my sister had insurance, but I don't understand.
She may have had insurance, but by the way,
Yeah.
that ups your insurance rates if you turn in a claim where that person is involved in an accident.
I understand that completely, Your Honor, but
So why didn't you take care of your sister?
because we tried to take care of my
Yo,
sister.
you didn't. Why didn't your boyfriend submit it to his insurance
We got
company?
angry at each other. It turned
Yeah.
into
Well,
an
why
argument.
do we get angry? You took a
Argument.
car without permission.
Well, prior to that, like we used to have her car a lot. You know,
Why didn't you help?
Because we tried to help, and then she started getting belligerent
And
with us.
by
and
the way, the
leaving.
plaintiff has a different understanding of why you didn't help.
I don't know I can't understand what that understanding may be because.
Well, he didn't have money to handle it. You're unemployed, so what's the income? You two are playing house with each other and can't afford it. Don't have your own car, so you go get sisters. Now, what's your understanding of what the problem was?
Well, Yana, I believe, well, I know for a fact that the problem basically came from an incident me and my sister had which had totally nothing to do with the incident that me and Ricky had. When we were in New Jersey, she loaned me a pair of earrings. The process of us coming home from New Jersey, I lost one of the earrings. So I told my sister it was my responsibility. I'll buy her a new pair of earrings.
No,
she said, oh no, Ricky has insurance, so on the earrings, so we're gonna wait and, you know, get the insurance, and then I'll tell you how much the deductible is from the insurance from the earrings. So this was about 2 days. 2 days go by, I don't hear anything from neither one of them. I call her about the second day, maybe 3 days. So I said, you know, Cartayah, you know, what's going on? I mean, what's going on with the earring situation? Did you find out if he has insurance or not? Oh, well, I didn't ask him. He's at work, but when he gets home, I'll ask him. Knowing that both of them had cell phones, she could easily call them on his cell phone and just say, hey, baby, you know, whatever the case may be. But she's, you know, so I was like, well, what's going on with my car? Did he mention anything about, you know, the insurance or anything? Oh, no, well, did you find my earring? I was like,
That's
what?
not true.
That's
is not true.
Excuse
no,
me,
it's
Your Honor.
not.
I was
Excuse me,
speaking.
That's not
Don't
true.
be rude.
Well, since both of you seem to have financial wherewithal and insurance, I'm just wondering why after you jacked Bambi, Bambi jumped out and attacked the front of her vehicle in your custody and under your control, you didn't take care of her. What's the problem?
I mean, initially we were going to take care of her. The only time that the earrings actually came into play was the fact that when she started calling us, you know, being very ignorant, belligerent about the fact. So I said, I used my earring as an example to say, well, with us in the car, it was an accident. We didn't intend on hitting
But the point is who
Bambi
gave
or
you
anything
permission?
like that.
Who gave
But
you?
I also gave her, you know, permission to wear my earrings, and she lost one of my earrings, and I was just trying to give her the comparison to say, okay, if I'm treating you fair about something that was
When's
an
the
accident,
last time
why
you've
we
heard
couldn't
of
get the same
stop
thing
talking,
in
stop
return?
talking, stop talking. When's the last time you heard of death by earring assault?
Thank you.
I never heard of death by earring assault. You'll never.
Yes, well, two-ton automobiles have a lot of kinetic energy. They're very good and efficient devices to reduce the excess population.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
But can I say something, Your Honor?
What?
I don't think you should. You letting everybody know. That's me.
Yes, that's what happens when you have these things.
And later today, this case was surprised to hear her sister's boyfriend had taken off in her car without permission. Imagine her shock when she found out he crashed into a deer. Let's take a look.
The plaintiff is at a funeral in New Jersey with you, and she does not know that her motor vehicle is going to be used to be driven by someone with the first driver's license in his life less than a year before his 43rd birthday. Bambi almost gets jacked. And what if it had been a person jumped out there and she could have been stuck with responsibility for the injury, the liability. So see, that makes it a totally different situation. Therefore, you win, you prevail.
So, Joe, listen.
Joe?
Can I say something?
Son, it's Esquire, Your Honor, Judge. I don't know you that well. I've got you in the level of, you know, I'm a lot more grown than you are.
I apologize for that.
No, you're way out of line.
But can I say something, Your Honor?
What?
I don't think you should. You letting everybody know. That's me.
Yes, that's what happens when you have these things. Grow up. You're not a child anymore. You can't be protected from the consequences of your miscarried activities. So pay up. You owe $413 for the tires that you blew out going into the ditch, $412.58, and you owe $1,039.49 for the vehicle, $1,452.07, and you'll get your court costs. That's your reward.
And this courtroom is now in recess.
Looks like a case